episode of Polite for What? Well, listening is a must, but being polite is optional. I'm Rhea, and I'm back with another episode, guys. Welcome back. As always, like, subscribe, and share this content. That way I can stay in the algorithm. All right, guys. So today, the episode is going to be all about the WNBA. And of course, we're going to get into some NBA playoff results. All right. So we're going to jump right into our first topic. We got Angel Wilson gets her new shoe deal with Nike. On Saturday, Nike officially announced Wilson as a company next signature headliner. This will make her the 13th player in the WNBA selected to design her own sneaker shoe, A1. All right, so Asia becomes the first Black woman since former WNBA player Cheryl Swoops released her shoe in 2002. All right, guys. First, let's just go ahead and say congratulations to Asia Wilson on getting her first shoe deal. I think this was long overdue, being that she was a back-to-back champion and she was the MVP. So allegedly, Asia and Nike planned this announcement 2.5 weeks before the Athletics announced that Caitlin will also be getting a big shoe deal with Nike. Now, I do remember seeing on Twitter about a month ago now, when the news broke that Caitlin was going to get a shoe, people was like, why Asia hasn't gotten a shoe yet? She's a back-to-back champion. She has all these accolades. And I do remember seeing Asia like retweeting stuff and, talking to her teammates about it. And I don't know, maybe she was playing it off and she knew that the news was coming. But I do remember seeing that. But again, congratulations to Asia on getting her first shoe deal. This is really major for her. And of course, if you're on social media, you seen, Asia popping her shit. She came out with her hoodie on and it says, "Of course I got a shoe.com." What do you mean? I was gonna get a shoe. So congratulations to Asia. We're gonna hop right into this next topic, guys. All right, guys. So we're just gonna hop right into this next topic. We got the WNBA expanding to Toronto. This is really good news, being that if you watch the WNBA, you will know that they only have about 12 teams and about 12 roster spots. So this is a really, really good news for the league, being that this is give more opportunities for our favorite players coming out of college an opportunity to make the team. So they will make they will make the official announcement about this expansion on May 23rd. And I will say, while they are expanding, I hope at some point that the Houston Comets can bring their team back to the city of Houston. I really think that'll be really good for the league as well. Houston hasn't had a team in a long time, so at some point, hopefully they get it together and somebody in the city of Houston can bring the Comets back, because I really want a team to root for. In Houston, like right now, I do root for the Wings because it is the closest thing to us, and of course, with Camilla and Angel being on Chicago Sky, I'm rooting for them. And then a couple other ladies that I like, Aaliyah Edwards, I'm a root for the Mystics too. So yeah, hopefully at some point, my Houston, Texas, can bring a team back to the city. That'll be very good. But moving along, we're gonna hop right into our next topic, more WNBA news. We're gonna talk about these charter flights. So the WNBA commissioner announced that the league intends on funding a full-time charter for the WNBA. And to be honest with you guys, I think this news is very crazy. And it's the fact that they should have been done this, right? I think it's crazy that they had professional athletes traveling just like how you and I, right? So they standing in lines, they going through a baggage claim, waiting to board, like all the things. I think this is really crazy. I think this is something that they should have been did like a long time ago. But the projected cost per year for the next 2 seasons is 25 million. And I think they can cover that easily, being that, they got these new TV deals coming in, and then majority of these games have been selling out. So hopefully this can extend past 2 years. Cause like I said, I think this is kind of a security issue too. I remember seeing this year, there's a story came out that, while Brittany Griner was walking through the airport, she was getting heckled by guys. So like I said, this is a security issue. So hopefully, like I said, this can extend beyond just the 2 years, because it's just crazy for me that you have college flying better than what a professional athlete is doing. And granted, I know, the WNBA, they don't have a lot of funding, But hopefully, like I said, with the new TV deals coming in and with majority of these games selling out, they should have more than enough money to supply these ladies with, charter flights. All right, guys. So we're gonna hop right into the next topic. So we do have the WNBA season kicking off this Tuesday, May the 14th. They got the New York Liberty versus the Washington Mystics at 6 p.m., followed by the Indiana Fever versus the Connecticut Suns at 6:30. So I'm really excited for this season to start. I'm ready to see, what these teams did to their front of rosters. And like I said, I'm just ready for this. I'm ready for the WNBA season to start. I will be in the building this weekend. I will be in Dallas to watch the Chicago Sky versus the Dallas Wings game. So yes, I'm trying to do what I can to support the league. I talk about it. So, I want to make sure I'm doing my due diligence and supporting the WNBA as well. So if you can, guys, make sure you are tuned in on Tuesday to watch the season officially kick off. All right. So we're gonna get into some not some W. Okay, so we're gonna all right, guys. So we're gonna hop right into some NBA. We're gonna start off with the Mavs beating OKC 110-105. PJ Washington, man, he's been having some really good games. This is his second 20-point game. He had 27 points, 6 rebounds. Kyrie Irving, 22 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds. And we had Luka with 22 points, 5 assists, and 15 rebounds. Honestly, I think Dallas has figured out how to beat OKC. I think this is probably going to be a gentleman's sweep. They will go back to OKC tonight. I think maybe T can get a win, but I'm not too sure. Like I think Dallas pretty much got this in the bag from here on out. But let's hop right into some OKC stats. We had SGA with 31 points and 6 assists, 10 rebounds. Jalen Williams, 16 assists, 6 rebounds, and 8 assists. And you had Chet with 13 points and 8 rebounds. At this point, with the stat line from your starters, the best you can do now is maybe try to get Josh Giddey involved, get him going, maybe get him with around 10 to 12 points. And maybe that can help them out. But right now, I just think the Dallas Mavericks have their number at this point. They kind of figured out game one. It looked kind of shaky. You was like, I don't know. This might be a series, but now I think Dallas have pretty much solidified that, they're gonna win this series. So tonight they will shift the game back to OKC. OKC might win this game, but I don't really see them doing it. I think Dallas is gonna go pretty much win the rest of the games from here on out. All right, so let's hop into the next game of the weekend. We had the Celtics beat the Cavs 106-3. Now I will say the first half of this game was very competitive, but after that, it was total domination by the Celtics. You had Jason Tatum with 33 points, 6 assists, and 13 rebounds. Jaylen Brown, 28 points, 9 rebounds, and you had Drew Holiday with 18 points, 5 assists, and 8 rebounds. And like I said, this game, they kept it pretty close in the beginning, but it wasn't enough. You had Donovan Mitchell with 33 points and 6 rebounds, Evan Mobley 17 points and 8 rebounds, and you had Darius Garland with 15 points and 6 rebounds. I think the series is pretty much over. The Celtics is gonna win this one. They're gonna move on to the Eastern Conference Finals. Donovan Mitchell can't do it on his own. So yeah, I think this series is pretty much done for. You will have the Celtics moving on to the Eastern Conference Finals. So let's go ahead and get into this next game. We had the Nuggets beating the Timberwolves 115-107, guys. And I'm not even gonna lie, I didn't see this coming. I knew that Denver had championship DMA, but like in my last video, I did say that they weren't gonna win 4 in a row. But last night, the Nuggets was on full display why they are the champions and why they are defending their championship. We're seeing a glimpse of it in the last series against the Lakers. Everybody kept saying, Denver, they're not playing their best basketball. They're not playing their best basketball. Then they came over to this series, and then you had the Timberwolves go up 2-0, and everybody was like, okay, this series might be over. But as soon as they announced Jokic as the MVP, Jokic was like, you know what? I am the best player out here. And last night they came out there and showed why they are the champions and why they have championship DNA. You had Jokic with 35 points and 7 rebounds, 7 assists. Aaron Gordon, 7 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. And I will say this about Aaron Gordon. Every now and then, you will get a 20-point game from him. And last night, he stepped up and really put on a good performance. You had Jamal Murray with 19 points, 5 rebounds, and 8 assists. And Jamal Murray is another one who had a good performance. Like, he came out, he had it going early, knocking down some threes, because Jamal Murray's been kind of struggling in this series and the last series. So last night he did have one of his better games. And of course, you had Anthony Edwards with 44 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. Mike Conley, 15 points and 9 assists, and Karl Anthony Towns, 13 points and 12 rebounds. Now, for the Timberwolves to try to win this, Karl Anthony Towns, you gotta give them more than 13 points. Like, you was the rookie of the year at one point, so you gotta put on full display while you are an all-star. And you gotta help Anthony Edwards out. Like I said last night, Denver just played their brand of basketball, and it was just on full display last night. I don't think the Timberwolves could do anything about it. Now the season will swing back to Denver for the next game, and I think Denver will win that one. But at this point, like I said, I had the Timberwolves beating them, but I'm gonna change my mind. I think Denver has come back alive, and I think Denver will ultimately win this series. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I did want to see Anthony Edwards potentially get his first ring, but I don't know. I think that with them tying this series up, I think this might have deflated the Timberwolves. Now, they may surprise us and come back on Tuesday and have an outstanding game, but I don't know. I don't see them beating Denver for a third time in Denver. So I don't know, man. I think Denver's gonna go ahead and pull this off and get back to the Western Conference Finals. Okay, guys. So we're gonna hop right into the last topic. I ain't gonna keep you guys long. So we're gonna hop into this Pacers beating the Knicks 121-89. The Pacers shot from 50% from the floor and they had it going early. Tyrese Halliburton, 20 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Pascal Siakam, 14 points. TJ McCollum, 15 points, 10 assists, and 6 rebounds. The Knicks was getting blew out that they set their starters and they put in their backups. You had Jalen Brunson with 18 points, 5 assists. He really struggled. I think the amount of minutes that Jalen Brunson has been playing in the playoffs, I think it might be starting to catch up to him. Then you had Alex Burks with 20 points and 5 rebounds. Miles McBride with 16 points and 5 rebounds. DiVincenzo, he didn't play well either. He was knocking down threes. He wasn't knocking down threes like he did previously in game 3. So yeah, I think that's why this game kind of got out of hand. I really thought that the Knicks was gonna take the 3-1 commanding lead and go back to New York and close them out, but they didn't get it done last night, and this series is tied. So now I think this series is up for anybody to win. All right, guys. So that's the end of this episode. As always, can you tell a friend to follow us at Polite for What _ on YouTube and Instagram. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.